bravery, and it's not about bravery, actually, I'm going to correct that very quickly. There are very, very few survivors now who are at the stage where they feel like this is safe for them to speak out. There will be survivors, and they are coming up. And even if you don't speak out, it doesn't mean you're not brave. It means that's not for you to do. You will find another way to heal or give back if you choose to. But survivors who decide to speak out, I really appreciate them, because I feel like I'm not a broken record anymore. And so when I found out about other survivors who's been doing this either long before me or started around the same time or after me, I actually started feeling like I'm not alone. Survivors like Melanie from Quebec, and I understand that you feel very lonely in your province because you are the only survivor voice that we know of. Maybe there's more, so I'm sorry if there's more and I don't know about them, but thank you so much for everything you've been doing. Simone, Ottawa has this little kept secret. When things get done, they call Simone. Simone is more private. She doesn't like to be on stage. I really don't like to be on stage, to be honest, either, but it is what it is. But it was very clear from the first moment when we met, Simone, that you are truly a warrior, and Ottawa and a country would not be at the place where they are today without your help. So thank you so much for all the work you have been doing. Thank you for all the work you're about to do. And thank you so much for being here tonight with us. I know you have a very busy schedule. And but I just wanted to make sure our audience meets you as well, even though I think most of you know who Simone is, clearly. But I just want to make sure that we share this very special moment tonight together. So thank you so much for everything you've done, and we just can't wait to hear from you later, okay? And last but not least, I just want to say this. Again, the book kind of came as it's a long story, but it happened. It was a long journey to get it. For many years, I was approached by the same publishers over and over again and said, you need to tell your story. And I said, no one's going to care. It's like literally no big deal. But when I'm sharing my story across Canada, people are like, you know what? So glad you told your story, because now I don't feel like my life is so bad. I'm like, awesome, any way I can help. Yay, good. Might as well I should put it in a book. But what I said is, for years, as long as my mama is alive, I don't want her to know the full extent of what happened to me, ever. Well, that changed in 2014. I'm not going to tell you the story in case you do pick up a copy. The book is here now after a very long journey. My only wish for this book is that if you read it, please pass it around and let other people understand the full complexity of trafficking. I think most of you in the room are already advocates. You already know what this is all about. But I think as long as we sending this mixed messages to the public, mixed pictures and a myth, and we glamorize this thing, and we just putting out the wrong kind of posters with chains and stuff, and as long as we blaming the victims, I think we're not going to fight this crime properly. So if you ask me why I decided to do this book, it's literally, I just want to show the world that there's no such a thing as flawless victims. I wasn't innocent. I did know this deep inside something was wrong, but I was more desperate and naive than anything. And there should have been a society and a loving family around me to hold me back, but I didn't have that. So the truth is in the book. It's as honest as I could have been to myself at the time. And there is another version of the book that I wrote actually 10 years ago, and if you compare the notes, some things might be like this and that. The truth is, you grow as a human, you heal, and when you heal more, you are able to admit things to yourself more. So the 10 years ago version is how much I was able to admit to myself at the time and put it on paper. This version is the truth and nothing but the truth. So that I just wanted to say that obviously events names are changed in the book to protect. So here's the truth. The names that are changed is all the bad people's names have to be changed. So if you read about someone that you really like,